Only. Listening to or reading complex news reports in English is a great way to improve your pronunciation and sentence structure for the SSC, CGL, and UPSI exams. Here is the passage read out in clear, standard English. I have organized it into logical sections for you. Part 1. The Tragedy in Minab. On the morning of February 28, as hundreds of young girls were attending their classes in Minab's Shajare-Tayyebe school, the building was struck by a missile. Residents and rescuers, who rushed to help seeing black smoke rising from the school, found blood-stained backpacks, severed arms and dead children buried under piles of rubble. The school was likely struck by one of the US's Tomahawk cruise missiles, claimed to be one of the most precise guided weapons in the world. The school was one of the casualties in the targeted attacks by the US on Iran, in conjunction with Israel. Later reports confirmed that around 168 children, mostly aged between 7 and 12, were killed in the attack. Part 2. The Investigation. The school was located adjacent to a naval compound operated by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC. Though US President Donald Trump initially suggested that Iran itself, despite not having Tomahawk missiles, may have been responsible for these attacks, media reports and the US's preliminary military investigations suggest the attack was a result of the US's use of outdated targeting data. The Pentagon elevated its probe into the matter last week. A UN inquiry is also underway to investigate the fatal strike. Amnesty International this week said that the strike points to a failure by the US forces to take feasible precautions to avoid civilian harm. Part 3. A Global Pattern. However, the girls in Minab weren't the only ones who paid the price of the ongoing war. More children are estimated to have been killed in the daily strikes launched by the US and Israel on Iran in separate instances. In Lebanon, more than 100 children have been killed by Israel's campaign since March 2. What happened in Minab and what is unfolding in Lebanon aren't isolated instances. Data points to a more troubling pattern. The US and Israel together accounted for about 62% of external attacks that ended with a child casualty since 1996. A country-wise analysis shows that Israel accounted for about 41% of all external attacks that ended with a child fatality. English learning tip for Dr. Atyendra. While reading this, pay attention to the passive voice used in the text, e.g., the building was struck, the school was located. Passive voice is very common in official reports and is a major topic in the SSC CGL English syllabus. Would you like me to highlight the passive voice sentences from this text and show you how to convert them into active voice? It's a very common question type in your exam.